example comes with gender identity. So maybe they identify as non-binary, and a staff, well-intended, trying their best, but continues to misgender them. And so it is very hard for them to express their identity clearly in a time and a stage where that's very important to them because of the lack of practice, maybe lack of comfort, lack of resources for that staff member. Another example outside of the academic setting, mental health. We know how important mental health is right now. We know that our teens are struggling, our youth are struggling, especially when you think about how COVID impacted developmentally and the ramifications and consequences we're still seeing. Mental health in some cultural groups is very taboo. It's very maybe unnecessary, untrusted. We keep our problems to ourselves. Our family deals with them. We don't talk to outsiders. So you could have teens that are battling this internal conflict. They want support. They're struggling with their mental health, but they feel like they can't go get it because those resources aren't considered good choices in their community. Another example, respect. We show respect very different in different cultural groups. So if you have a teen who comes from another cultural community where specifically, I'll think of an example, the Asian community where eye contact is actually seen typically as a sign of disrespect because bowing is a sign of respect. So avoiding eye contact shows respect. You could see where this could be misperceived and misconstrued, where a teen could be considered as disrespectful because of how they're approaching eye contact or how they're approaching authority, where really they're doing it from their perspective, what they think is right, and the person perceiving it has a different perspective, and then we have a disconnect there, and that could cause conflict or issues. Another example, social media, right? Everything is loud right now. This is one of the big reasons that I think this is so important. It's not that we didn't used to have conflict, cultural differences, all of those things. They've always existed, but we haven't always had platforms that scream it at you, that showcase it loudly everywhere. I mean, we used to say we don't talk politics at the table, right? Now we put politics everywhere. And so you could think of a couple teens where they're getting into a conflict over a social justice issue, something that was posted online, whether the conflict is virtual or in person, where maybe there is a teen who's still taught we don't talk politics, right? This is an appropriate conversation. You have another teen whose family is adamant about activism and talking about it and doing something. And then you have this social media platform that says, hey, here's all the information. Let's put it in front of you. And that could cause conflict again. And finally, with minority religions, we think about our Muslim community and where they may need a space to pray, right? So a student goes to school and has to go up to an administrator and say, hey, I need a space to pray during these times of the day. That's not something that our schools are typically equipped to have naturally. We have to make those spaces and accommodate that, but that could be an uncomfortable situation, or at the very least a situation where they're navigating, again, those cultural or perspective-based challenges. So lots of examples. I hope you have some of your own specific to your communities and programs as well, but keep those in mind as we continue the conversation.